to another edition of Friday Reads. Got a lot to talk about. I've been playing old harmonica blues from the 30s and 40s. I was going to lead in with some, but because that's the setting for Shadow Ticket, which reminds me I have to make another thumbnail. Hang on. That's better. Was answering correspondence on Voxer and getting organized. Like I said, I've been listening to old blues for Shadow Ticket that I'm buddy reading with Greg, and he's going to be done with it by tomorrow probably, if not today. I'll be done by this weekend. I only have the audio. I'm tempted to get the paperback for $18 right now, but I might. Well, I'll get it someday for sure. Of all pinching, except for V, the first one, and that's what I was talking to a friend of mine in Boston about reading. We'll get around to it maybe next year. You know, we're reading Gravity's Rainbow in January, February. If you want to join in with Greg and I, it'll be my third read of that. What else? The battery went out in my The Eyes of My Ghost. I know Deb's at Rainer Reads mentioned it the other day. So sticking with Greg, we're coming down to the end of this, and we're on like the same page, about 20 pages off, but we're talking about the scenes in it and really enjoying it. There's one Gaddis we haven't read yet that's a frolic of his own, and so I probably want to read that before going back into the recognitions, which we buddy read, and I'd like to read that again. It's about forgery in paintings. Maybe next September. More about Greg later. Next, I'm buddy reading The Baron in the Trees with Daniela at Uncommon Reader. If you don't know her channel, she's great. She's Italian, but she travels. She's currently in California. So really a pleasure to read this book, and this book was sent to me by Tom L.A. Books, a good friend of mine. I saw him when he lived in L.A., Hollywood, and Venice Beach. We had a great time. And now he moved with his wife and new baby son to somewhere in South Carolina. I'll have to go visit him there. The Dan Brown book is, it just appeared on my Libby. Put it on hold when it came out and got it. So I'll be reading that the last 2 weeks of the month. It's a 680 page book. Pretty big for Dan Brown. October is having a lot of fun with that. Oh, Edgar Allan Poe. Let's see, this week I read a couple poems and posted them, and I read The Mask of the Red Death and The Pit and the Pendulum. Enjoyed them. And we're reading The House of Usher. I read that. We have a short story group on Voxer and the October group on Voxer. Really a good time. And I'm going to be vlogging this weekend in Old Town, Chinatown, in downtown Portland at some haunted places like the Shanghai Tunnels. I don't know if I'm going to pay to actually take the tour there, but I'll go to the bar that it's at. Then there's a restaurant called Huber's that you can have Thanksgiving dinner every day of the week if you want. They have a ghost there. And then there's Old Town Pizza, where they have a ghost named Nina, female ghost that appears so often they named her. So I'll be doing that and watching with Michelle. We're going to watch The Pit and the Pendulum with Vincent Price this weekend. We watched The Pale Blue Eye last weekend, and that was a great movie, standalone. Christian Bale, and the guy who played Edgar Allan Poe at West Point was really spot on, and there's a twist in the movie. I want to thank Mick. Mick has read a book for turning us on to that movie. And finally, Greg, it's his birthday coming up on October 26th. So we'll make sure to wish Greg a happy birthday. I'll probably post something on it. And on not this Monday, but the next Monday will be the day after Greg's birthday. So it's going to be a special day with Bookless Pete. He's been on before, and he's in Madrid, Spain now. I really envy people who travel. I enjoy traveling myself, but I don't have the moolah. I'm itching to work again, meaning I'm calling temporary agencies, or I'm going to just go down to Moda Center where the Blazers basketball team play. They have job fairs, and just get a part-time job, doing concessions or warehouse work. Do that. Anyway, so I can travel. I've got friends in Ireland. The last time I looked, it was round trip like 600 and some bucks. Can't beat it. I travel light. I'll stay in a B&B, and then my friends will hook me up. But that's Fantasyland in the future, tripping. I do that. So, hey, what else? Keep on listening to the blues. And we named Friday last week. So Friday says hello and goodbye. That reminds me of another record. You say goodbye, but I say hello. Hello, hello. All right. Take care. Make a comment. Appreciate you.